Hello Anchor Pros, this is Steve with SV Panopay. We're in the workshop with a new anchor. This is a Super Sarca number 6. Previously I tested a number 5, but we're up a size now. This one weighs 48 pounds. In a previous video I heavily modified a Manson Supreme anchor, and the finale for that modification was to drill some holes in the Fluke, and I proved that drilling holes in Flukes helps keep the mud off from the Flukes. So the Anchorite anchors have holes in them from the factory. You don't have to drill them yourself. So what I did for this test is I plugged those holes, or I covered them. You'll see there's a roll. I've got some heavy aluminum self-adhesive tape, and I blocked the holes on the anchor. And, well, I wanted to see what happened. My hope was I could make this anchor fail by doing this, and let's just see what happens. Okay, here we are in the initial free fall. The anchor has landed upright, and the initial set is instantaneous. By the way, this is a nice beefy anchor. It's got a lot heavier scantlings than the smaller version of this anchor, and it overall just had a real solid feel to it. And I now would have no trouble using this as my primary anchor for this 15,000-pound boat. Okay, that was my first reset. Here's the second reset. Both of those were perfect. Pretty much stays level and engaged. This one, you see that the anchor pretty much rotated out of the seabed, and it drug a little ways. I'm going to just guess 3 or 4 anchor lengths, but that's just great. The anchor is 100% here every single time. I drive the boat up and over at 3.5 knots to simulate a 180-degree wind or current reversal, and each and every time I get a tremendous lurch, and the boat is brought to an abrupt halt. I conduct the test 5 times, and then we'll see if there's any mud on the Flukes. Again, I was hoping by blocking those holes that maybe I would make a whole bunch of mud stick to the anchor and cause this anchor to fail, to not reset. But this anchor appears to have such a strong tendency to shed mud, at least for this substrate. We don't need holes in the Fluke. It worked great, and we can see there's not a lot stuck to the anchor. So that was great performance by this design. Certainly there may be other seabeds out there that are even more tenacious, and the holes would be a real benefit. But again, for this substrate, it wouldn't seem that they're necessary, at least for this anchor. That's all I have for now. So long.